Man? The fuck?
What? What? Iron Man? Yo, Iron Man!
I wasn't expecting that.
I had to pause the game when you said that. Hold on.
Please, no.
Oh, yep.
Oh, it is. Damn it.
Damn it! No!
That would have been so cool if it was like a solo
Why?
Iron Man game. Holy
Why?
shit. Yay! Disappointing moments in gaming finally applies to coverage within the gaming media itself. It's the brightest idea I had since Article 13 got passed in Europe because your shitty TikTok meme is subject to hurt some political fifis. Hit or miss, it's like Marvel Games decided to embark on this giant resurgence after Spider-Man PS4, and what appeared to be a promising venture gave me crippling depression after State of Sleep. I'm sorry, allow me to rephrase that. State of dog piss, state of boredom, state of decay, state of unholy time being wasted, state of wondering if porn was a better alternative perhaps. You guessed it, Sony's knockoff Nintendo Direct crumbled faster than the hopes and dreams of the ugliest wicked witch in the West getting a college intuition from a brothel. This was absolutely sleep-inducing. I would rather enjoy the taste of despair as Thanos snaps out the entire fucking universe 18 fucking times than to sit through this VR bore fest yet again. Now, if you enjoy PlayStation VR, if you enjoy VR in general, more power to you, fam. I don't want to create this negative narrative that I'm absolutely adamant against the idea of virtual reality video games. I think it's great for people willing to explore differing realms of interactive media that involves the player as a fundamental process. PlayStation VR is actually pushing some very successful numbers, selling over 4.2 million copies across the board. However, that being said, VR headsets are nearly as expensive as a base PS4 on a good ass discount alone. The reality of the situation remains obvious. Virtual reality isn't widespread because these units can be headache inducing. These units can cause some people to have simulation sickness, and some of these units can cost an arm and a leg. Look at any Vive headset that runs up in price. It's nearly akin to a high-end PC, fam. If you want to play, you have to pay a bit more than expected. I don't know, man. Maybe I'm thinking out loud. Maybe it's just me, but does anyone else get that vibe that Iron Man VR will be nothing more than bargain bin trash, bargain bin shovelware, which could have been warped into something different? You see, dicks got flaccid as soon as the VR moniker flashed on screen with the Iron Man VR logo because half of the audience realized this wasn't going to be the game we wanted to play. Just think about the possibilities itself, because this isn't the first time that an Iron Man game has been helmed before as a premise. The reason those Sega games were slapped harder than an infant trying to steal your dad's jet ski was because it didn't live up to the expectations of Iron Man. This includes lock-on mechanics being equal to an LSD frog hopping around on a crowded dance floor, along with the fact that movie license tie-ins being shat out faster than Coke bags in the 80s didn't really help the situation either, because this was when the MCU was getting popular, so that meant more rushed out experiences. A rush game just ends up with poor animations, lackluster gameplay, haphazard plots that try to follow the original film yet fails terribly to break the mold. The introduction of comic accurate characters like Backlash, who dies in minutes and remains irrelevant to the story, but hey, fan service characters are here, so here's more money on the table. Like defeating Mysterio in a single punch in Spider-Man 2 was so goddamn riveting, for example. The list goes on and on as to why some movie license comic book tie-in games were so goddamn terrible, except for a few key exceptions. We simply wanted another shot with a popular comic character being done right with a AAA development studio. When Spider-Man PS4 broke out of the movie mold, the movie confines, and focused on a solid AAA experience, it turned out fantastic for Spider-Man PS4. When you put the game in the hands of a proper studio, things go well. Scroll down to any comment section of Iron Man gameplay during last generation and you'll see fans clamoring for the idea of an open world Iron Man title that's actually good. Tony Stark is a pretty fallible and interesting character who is not only a genius but can also be a broken man, sometimes letting his ego get the better of him or letting the booze get the best of him in his best written works. And they could create some interesting conflict between Tony Stark and the people who care for him as he goes down a path of self-destruction in order to save his loved ones. Instead, we get Ghost because it's not like we've seen that done recently before in Ant-Man and the Wasp. So go figure here. Well, she's a female now. Ghost, he, she, whatever it is. Things are going crazy with Ghost, fam. At least Josh Keaton is Tony, so they get some slight brownie points, though I expected Tony Stark to sound a little bit older. Not to mention the crazy variety of weapons and suits that Iron Man has with Bleeding Edge, with the various Mark suits that all have different properties, different weapons, different weight abilities, the means of insane flight and dogfights from a third-person perspective, the sheer chaos of missiles and repulsor blasts going all over the place, and when you tried to play ball with these ass clowns, I would simply love co-op being thrown into the mix with War Machine getting on board with the action, so you can have some two-player fun there. I don't know why the most hype announcement put me to sleep on its gameplay premise alone. The ball was dropped in my opinion on Iron Man VR. Maybe this open criticism will be a case of better luck next time. Maybe Marvel games will reconsider this in the future since it's a viable money pit after people got so excited for the sheer notion of an Iron Man exclusive on PS4. I know one thing is prevalent about Iron Man VR. This ain't it, Chief. Iron Man VR will probably be great to VR fans, yet it doesn't appeal to every demographic. After all, what the hell is a camouflage anyway? I mean, we didn't know who Rocksteady Studios were in the past, but they went on to create the great Batman Arkham franchise, so the dice roll really wasn't wasted on them. They went from shooting criminals in the face on Urban Chaos to breaking people's collarbones in Batman games.
If you're lying, I'll break the other one.
The other one! Ah!
I loved it, but I don't think camouflage will do any good here because Iron Man VR just looks like a boring point and shoot adventure of shenanigans without any depth behind it. TLDW, maybe you guys blew it by not letting Insomniac Games and Sucker Punch take the mantle on this one.
I thought I was better than that.
Disappointed!
Alright guys, this is Renegade Operative signing off. What did you guys think about the Iron Man VR announcement? What did you think of State of Sleep? Ooh, State of PlayStation, I'm sorry, State of Play, State of something, State of boredom, State of shit? Let me know in the comments below and I will get back to you at my earliest convenience. I am signing out once again. See you guys later. Take care and enjoy yourselves. Have a good day.